Adom Ahoden, be fine. Yeah, very, very fine.
AC Milan, no, only sure say a Champions League games on refinable.
Oh, yes, I'm
refinable coffee.
When I refinable and Casabian, they are just not good enough. We
I'm AC Milan and bought Champions League.
Senior Sassam, the Munya Kanzo, AC Milan behind when you know, Bono, Unimbo, yes, Dinike can I saw the shit. I can't say that the Biamoya was a gun and I will lose you to team. A born at the Hobo, and you did 1984 Ghana. Oh, yeah, Ghana. Anyway, Ghana, the body and I catch 3 points. And Canasa, you need to prove
no, maybe you don't get my point. What I'm saying is, the Sadia, what would you have to say, the Champions League in command. There's no way about both teams.
When was the last time on Okro GB? When was the last time on Champions League? When was the last time?
Talking about the last time.
But
see, the Champions League in command. AC Milan is big.
Yes, they can be big.
But if I want to make that dynamo, I mean,
in today's conversation, AC Milan is not big in the Champions League.
Sentina may catch us on Mure
Sana was Sasso go away to Dynamo because of Dynamo Kiev. And you say you will finish, what's
AC Milan?
How do you go away to Dynamo Kiev now? What the red card? Now, Oko take a money 1-1. What's the match 2-1? And Cabo drop way. Boys be break or double chance. No drop. AC Milan.
Boys,
see, everybody who's worth a sort. Or say AC Milan beginning of the sleep, they be say, AC Milan there, man double chance. AC Milan there. Obi probably hear from because they know how these teams are. And now go for.
Mekai, and now Usana Yala Kreka say on paper, over say AC Milan be show simple.
Yeah.
But the Milan for the year and this year, no. Add this over to me do see cartoon to say they will go and beat Dynamo.
Yeah, there's no way I will pinpoint to say AC Milan and it's not even about the name. A club in the last few years, I mean, regardless of the pedigree, I understand that. But I'm gonna prove someone serious. Whether the Italians are and whatever, apart from Stefan Pioli, Edion Babaji Scudetto, nothing really has gone on there. Post the Scudetto win, what has happened to international AC Milan? Nothing. She players or Mototo, they are all players that are surplus to demand of various clubs. And AC Milan, they never. I mean, Udin come on now, but a lot of the times you realize AC Milan in any serious.
Now, do it for us, you don't know go ahead.
And
no, my boys,
I want Shingo Fusiga.
And now Barcelona, AC Milan, Juve. I want say boys, Esika.
Matching of Fusika, like even Barca match in the I mean, most likely we knew there was going to be goals and the goals came. Paris Saint-Germain acquired Jumani Kama, Manchester City, Juma, Real Madrid did their job. But for a lot of the teams, young boys, only a ball just 2 goals. RB Leipzig to me 2 goals. Ali, I come on go from Real Jumani soon because Charlie, serious, honestly speaking. Eddie Ojado. Now you cry it's not a keke. Try say a bit because you see the Biameka same way said. The job we do here, you try see a bit take your emotions out of it. Send be the best form of picks. Eriama, your listeners, no matter I enjoy the analysis that we do and every other thing. But say they be for one more Musadia and they rich. But I mean life will go on until the young cause in the games no one come up. And yeah. It will start Brest. Madrid did exactly the job. Who's here can say for Madrid, if there is something really big at stake, they tend to turn up to the party. Adding, say there is something at stake, and Carlo Ancelotti in the Manchester will not do the job. Rich, you know what? The only thing I want to emphasize on this match, and I say, you're more match officially. Jude Bellingham was adjudged the man of the match. But this was another game. Our branch friend Rodrigo goes and then reinstating them as when we talk about the best getters of goals from wide areas, he is part of that conversation. So Ubo Mohamed Salah so Bema goes from the wing. Ubo Vinicius Junior so Bema goes from the winger. You would mention Rodrigo goes. And for Madrid, they have 2 of the best getters of goals from wide areas. Of course, Rafinha this season, Lamine Yamal has been solid also from wide areas. But Rodrigo goes yesterday reinvented himself again and he was up there. Proud to a match in Madrid, a boy. Number 1 statistics of the most dangerous wingers. The top 2 are Paris Saint-Germain for Bradley Barcola and Abrante Noni Madueke of Chelsea were part. But when say omo danger no the contest of the stats and they say some players we kita ball to be the pion at the boxing. Rich, the difference between Rodrigo Goes and Badi Bakula, Momo Yankra, and in Madrid came to the level of Rodrigo is that the clinical ability and the decision making of our branch friend Rodrigo Goes once he gets into the box. And then now he did a job for team my friend FC Paris Saint-Germain and then make sure that everything was sorted. Or no, Kylian Mbappe, Jude Bellingham, they were very instrumental and they made sure that Madrid did go through. It is true. We had never seen a night like that before. See, but that's number of matches, and then the storylines said by Atletico de Madrid echo away because Salzburg 4-1, and what a run! Diego Simeone Enya, the other Spanish team, FC Barcelona, and now Omani Atalanta 4-4. Number per second half, 2-2. 4 goals the people. Number per second half, no. Who is it? Atalanta for no more. This is no about Madrid. I don't answer about Barca. And every time when we explain Gian Piero Gasperini in teams one of the things that we say constantly is the fact that Omoba Presso aggressively man for man. In the first half, Barca were asked to answer the question of the aggressive man for man. And you could tell that Hansi Flick had prepared for that. A lot of positional rotations our Barca team, especially up top. So they could run away from team my friend Atalanta for man marking the mom Lamine Yamal. Actually, the first goal in the 46 minutes plus Ronald Araujo. Emmanuel 2 goals in the 72nd minute. Of course, before that, now Atalanta for in the 67th minutes and Mario Pasalic. Ejuman El Honum and now also Barca for are second in the competition. I love that changes. Pep, yeah, they Savio Ebemuna. Who's that? When he started the game, he started with the same lineup, but for a branch friend Kosinov and a branch friend Omar Mamouche in the game against Chelsea. It was a match that Manchester City did not have natural fullbacks, any wingers. They were struggling. But Oshaya, it was different against Chelsea because Omobo against Enzo Maresca Chelsea. No? Chelsea ball with a very high line. Catcher was said, anytime an Pep Guardiola and the Man City ever up in almost 4-3-3 where Chirodom, then they will have Chelsea for defending in a 4-4-2 mid block with some very high line. No? What Pep Guardiola and the Man City boys and they say they use a branch friend Matthias News. Any Abrantia, your friend is Josko Vardiol in the wide areas to keep the weight. So almost every time Chelsea were pushing up in the high line, City had players in the half spaces and also keeping the weight. But Omokobo against a Club Brugge side, almost City very deep. Right, going into this game, now Club Brugge got 19 games in all competitions unbeaten. Very, very strong. Difficult for them to go in and to lose any match. In fact, it was 20 games in all competitions and now almost lose you back. And they went to the Etihad. Just on the stroke of halftime, Club Brugge phone a share one pet, and I told myself, say, I knew that this moment will come. Now I carry action. And this is where the psychological bit of the game comes into play. Because City had played against Chelsea the weekend prior. Now I got down by a goal to 0, but what team they were very confident. Say in this one as well, they can get a job done. They came, but away from the psyche and the psychological bit of the game, Pep Guardiola ranked a very, very important change. Idea here was simple. Or the Savinho by Savinho a natural winger. Now, Club Brugge were sitting very deep. And like I told you, against Chelsea, it was easier because Chelsea played with a high line and he played into the hand of Manchester City. In this game, it was a Club Brugge team almost in a very low block into their branch friend Savinho Baemu to come and pull up the stretches. Into share before the Mateo Kovacic goal. Now, almost stretched team by a friend Club Brugge, and then of course Mateo Kovacic carry ball, edit ball to Emmanuel 1-1. Then it was game on for team and friend Manchester City. So very good spirited performance for Manchester City, and also tactical change for Josep Guardiola and a psychological strength in the AD of Manchester City. Although they labored, they are in the next round of the competition. Arsenal winning a little bit cosmetic. We knew said Girona on Paibi this season, and the first one was a penalty from Jorginho. Later on, Girona for by Abrantia friend Ethan Raneri. Share the next one from a very, very good angle in the first start for them. Of course, Atasa and Danjuma, Enya the equalizer for them. So Arsenal also, as part of the English teams, no, got a job done. Uimze Eriano. The news began to swamp around, say Arsenal for now have sent a bid to Aston Villa for Abrantia friend Oliver Watkins. And they've asked questions of Oliver Watkins. Now, Oliver Watkins has been clear in videos in the past, say, on a team of Pepper Arsenal. And you would want to play in Arsenal Football Club. Only 16 million and a call Villa for on him. Villa turned it down. It was an official bid. Now, the reason was simple. Around that time, now Arna Serfono, Akache, Villa for so Omunyan to was here on John Duran and Momo because they are beginning to make a final decision on Ono and that's a branch of Victor Boniface. Both players were Obiano Kobekobia Beji 15 million in terms of the annual salary and everybody for the two players now. And then you may, after everything, your ball games, you know, near a branch of friend John Duran or no, and a Saudi Arabia for no, you so be the strike partner for Cristiano Ronaldo or the Saudi Pro League. It means that branch of friend Oli Watkins will not move to any club, not even Arsenal. And as a club will be out, and he's going to stay put out over there. I have a feeling, say, because of our two deals with especially the sale of John Duran, Villa for one Chelsea. They'll call Chelsea especially on Joao Felix, who's one attacker. And we've been hearing the last few days say Unai Emery loves Joao Felix and he would want to get him. Now Joao Felix has also hinted the agent Jorge Mendes have been pushing him to various clubs because of Personia game time. Emma Bueno, and I won't be shocked. Sevilla Fono asked Chelsea for the possibility of getting Abrantia, your friend, Abrantia, friend, Joao Felix, or Hodom, reach Inter. Say, I would Japadi be not so episode to be so. Say, Inter Bufia, Fatuno Sonada. Yesterday we knew the
also nice car.
We are from banker and share, you know, from banker. Now, yeah, so because open bench, open so top bench, right? It will say no. And can we see assassin and comedy down? Cotton, forget catch all my mizonian to was here. My almost 24 hours. Now they cotton for Tuso. Who we are? No one friend Benz for so almost starting shaping because Inter will do the job. And yesterday, only one goal per. And our branch here, your friend Young Summer, a consider in the league phase of the competition against Monaco. Near show me stubborn. It was easy peasy from Internazionale Milan, Eofie, and they got the job done. Paris Saint-Germain away, German also by 4-1 against Stuttgart. Very, very good one. Ousmane Dembele, Esha of French League, Animu, Osambe in the Champions League. Benfica, Ekwakose, Thiago Motta, Juventus, 2-0, and then Bayern, German Rich. I don't know if you saw this video. Video of Abrantia friend Matthias Tell literally saying thank you to Bayern Fono. And the truth is that Bayern Fono decided not to put too much pressure on him, especially from the public. And what they did was that in the last 3 games before this another match boy against Slavian Bratislava, they decided not to give the boy minutes. Not to bench. And a Bayern for here. Then the boy had gone back to Christoph Freund as the sporting director of the club. The coach said, "Onimsu akacho so person kochina Bayern." But I say, if any offer comes and it is good, he will assess the offer and go. Rich. Once that happened, 4 clubs over England: Tottenham Hotspur, Arsenal, Manchester United, and Chelsea. Chelsea, the Omone Abrantia friend Matthias Todin Komanache. It is because they want a wing or the goals Rodrigo goes home, but somebody that can do something like that in the future, and they see it in a branch friend Matthias Tell, a swinger that moves like an attacker in the box and with that clinical instincts. No, that's what they are looking for in a branch your friend Matthias Tell. Now, what has happened? And it's a Rich Matthias Tell he doesn't mind to move whether on loan or permanent. Chelsea so open on a permanent deal, but the problem the boy has with Chelsea is simple. Also, you're so about competing on a bench like at Bayern. Say Chelsea cannot assure him of game time. Then there are going to be issues.
Wingers will be Chelsea we. And I must have got another winger.
Left wing. Left, but then they say a simple answer. A simple answer. Left wing.
Because of Mudrik.
No, left wing. Say just one winger pen OCCA. And Sancho can Chelsea player on loan. It is a Chelsea makes me to be.
Oh, you know, but still playing for Chelsea. But
say the whole season, ultimately for just me the 2021 na become man. Was ya Orochi and United be lose and to boss any and na and I see an I ultimately go share. Yes, and na Rangers which foul. Relax. And there's a boys in this car. It's million years na boys in this car. The whole 1 week in Koyi record no a good in maintaining is a rich. I think that I don't know. Yefa and code to ma investors and coffee kesim na bibia enye kama. And see our 3 separate codes one of I per the mouth. Baako a goals nko no a 14 out and we just goals and I won over 1.5s and I was and another one and so a few of the selected ones are yet choose amount which code no first one no a 15E09CD4 15E09CD4 and a first one 15E09CD4 and a first one second code no a 15E08 15E08 and then 590 and our last one no which is the ghost no 15E06 DF9 rich into these are the 3 codes and you're putting it out together. Me sure say after no loss no they should give us some respite or figure.
Okay, Kofi, that's about